What's good, YouTube? Mike here. And some of you may have already heard that we lost a Canadian icon last evening. I just heard the news, and I have a couple videos lined up that I'm about to watch. And one is just a news report on what they know, which I haven't seen yet. I have a he did an interview, I think, just last night, hours before he died. So I wanted to have a little look at that, and then maybe just go through a couple of his songs, celebrate his work, because he was a legend. I wasn't super into him over the course, musically or anything. I wouldn't say he was a huge inspiration or anything, but he was definitely an icon that I had respect for, and people like him should be celebrated. So here, let's just see what we're dealing with here. Let's see if we can figure out what happened. I mean, he was quite old.
Pouring in
84.
for Canadian singer and songwriter Gordon Lightfoot, who died last night at the age of 84.
84. What a library of music.
Just like an old time movie about a ghost from a wishing well.
If You Could Read My Mind was one of Lightfoot's best-known songs. Born in Orillia, he rose to fame here in Toronto in the Yorkville folk club scene in the 1960s. His career spanned decades, including 20 studio albums and hundreds of songs like Early Morning Rain, Carefree Highway, and...
Hold on a second. This doesn't seem very loud, eh? I don't know if you guys can hear that. I'm going to turn it up a little bit. Roll it back just a touch.
Old time movie about a ghost from a wishing well.
If You Could Read My Mind was one of Lightfoot's best-known songs. Born in Orillia, he rose to fame here in Toronto in the Yorkville folk club scene in the night.
So, for those of you who don't know, Orillia is a small town in Ontario. And, I used to play there a lot back in my early days. That was part of the circuit when there was a circuit. Very, very small town.
1960s. His career spanned decades, including 20 studio albums and hundreds of songs like Early Morning Rain, Carefree Highway, and Sundown.
Are they going to say
It's one
how he
thing to
died?
be a musician, and a songwriter, but I think it's another to have the entire country and around the world know who you are and respect you as a songwriter and as a performer.
Exactly.
And it seemed very obvious that Gordon Lightfoot not only had the love and respect of the musicians, but also the industry, inside the music industry and out.
And tributes are pouring in. Tragically hip guitarist Rob Baker tweeting on behalf of the band, "These are some of the finest, most durable songs ever written. To say he is a national icon sells him short. He was and always will be a great artist and one of the finest songwriters to ever grace a stage."
For those of you who don't know, the Tragically Hip is an iconic Canadian band, and their lead singer died, I'm not even sure now how long ago, maybe 5 years ago. Some kind of brain cancer. Yeah.
Now, the musician's publicist and a representative for his family says Lightfoot died of natural causes at Sunnybrook Hospital. He's survived by his wife, 6 children, and
I guess he was
several
ill.
grandchildren.
So I suppose he was ill because he was in hospital. Let's go with. So this is the interview from that he apparently did yesterday. So let's hear what he had to say. I think I watched a couple minutes of it, or a minute of it, just to see what it was about.
I'm so happy for you. And for folks who haven't had a chance to see it, they definitely should. It is such a great story, really, about your life, and you get a chance to tell it. And we see pictures and videos and things like that. Overall, when you had a chance to see the final cut, what were your thoughts?
Well, I'll tell you, this kind of like fun. You know, I'm glad that actually they didn't go any deeper because, you know, but I don't mean that in a bad way or a mean way. But you know, it was done like with in a classy way, and it was they get into some sensitive topics, and they handled it well, and I liked the flow of how it all began, and the watching the airplanes and that crazy tune for Loving Me, which I no longer use because it was such a chauvinistic piece of work, and I didn't understand that though at the time, and I wrote the thing anyway, and it actually taught me a lesson. That's a pretty mean song, and that was a song that I did like a duet with Johnny Cash on, you know, on his TV show, and all this material was available to them, and I said, oh no, not that song, and there it was. But now I accept that. I understand what Jody and Martha meant when they, you know, tackling it from that particular perspective, because a lot of stuff happened right at the very beginning, like right in the late '60s. Got to be like in the business a long time. I don't know how I lasted this long, but I certainly don't mind being here. I like being part of that totem pole, you know, which we talk about, and it's fun to be able to do it. There's been moments when I have not been able to do it. There was times when I wondered if I'd ever be able to do it again, and here we are.
Hello guys, very sad news reaching in right now is that we've lost Gordon Lightfoot, a Canadian songwriter and musician who passed away at the age of only 84 years old. A musician was best known for the folk pop hits such as If You Could Read My Mind, and the wreck of Edmund Fitzgerald continued to tour in his later years. The Canadian songwriter Gordon, best known for folk pop hits such as If You Could Read My Mind and the Rock of Edmund, has passed away, and the announcement was made by his family. His longtime published Victoria Lord said the Lightfoot died at the Toronto Hospital on Monday evening. Once called a rare talent by Bob Dylan, dozens of artists have covered Lightfoot's work, including Elvis Presley, Barbra Streisand.
Okay. So, I'm guessing they were talking about some biography that was about to come out. Let me just see.
I'm so happy for you. And for folks who haven't had a chance to see it, they definitely should. It is such a great story, really, about your life, and you get a chance.
Okay, so there's some kind of movie or something. Maybe I'll have a look at that. Not right now, obviously. I'm not going to watch a movie during this YouTube video. All right, let's have a listen to, this is one of my favorites of his, Sundown. It's also obviously been sampled a few times for hip-hop songs, and or at least once that I can think of.
I can see her lying back in her satin dress in a room where you do what you don't confess. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. She's been looking like a queen in a sailor's dream, and she
beautiful
like
song.
a picture every move that a man could make. Getting lost in her loving is your first mistake. Sundown, you better take care.
What a hook.
I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. Sometimes I think it's a sin when I feel like I'm winning, when I'm losing again.
Is there an area of the earth where this song hasn't been heard? From Aurelia, Ontario, Canada. The world famous.
I can see her looking fast in her faded jeans. She's a hard-loving woman, got me feeling mean. Sometimes I think it's a shame when I get feeling better, when I'm feeling no pain. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. Sundown, you better take care if I find you've been creeping round my back stairs. Sometimes I think it's a sin when I feel like I'm winning, when I'm losing again.
What a beautiful song. Cut that off at the outro. All right. So this one has the chords written out in the bottom corner over there. As you can, where's my mouse at? My mouse stopped working. Oh, there it is. Right here we got the chords. What does it say? A, E minor, D. Oh, D and G. Okay, they're for guitar up there and ukulele down there. I see. So an A. Just use one finger. Some people use 3 fingers. More efficient to use one. E minor. There's a chord chart up there. D. G. Maybe we'll strum along a little bit. Try to sync our energy with Gordon Lightfoot a little bit. If you got a guitar at home, pick it up. Pick it up. Try to strum along. If you mess up, it doesn't matter. Uh-oh. Is there a capo? There is a capo. I hope you guys have a capo. I don't.
The legend lives on from...
I changed my mind. My guitar's not in tune with them, so I'm not going to strum along. Besides the capo, the tuning is just a little off still. Let's just listen. Read the lyrics.
The legend lives on from the Chippewa on down at the big lake they call Gitchagumi. The lake, it is said, never gives up her dead when the skies of November turn gloomy. With a load of iron ore, 26,000 tons more than the Edmund Fitzgerald weighed empty. That good ship and true was a bone to be chewed when the gales of November came early. The ship was the pride of the American side.
So I've never really paid attention to the lyrics of this song before. So that's actually what I'm doing here. That's why I picked this version, because it had the lyrics. I thought I was going to play along with the chords, but the tuning is an issue. Back in the day when they used to tune on, record on tape machines don't always play back at the exact same speed. And if the speed changes, it changes the tuning. So that is an issue with a lot of recordings from back in the day. If you're a guitar player, if you've ever tried to play along to like Fleetwood Mac, you always have to retune your guitar because it's not in standard tuning. And yeah, I think that's mostly from tape speed.
The ship was the pride of the American side, coming back from some mill in Wisconsin. As the big freighters go, it was bigger than most, with a crew and good captain well seasoned, concluding some terms with a couple of steel firms when they left fully loaded for Cleveland. Then later that night when the ship's bell rang, could it be the north wind they'd been feeling? A tattletale sound and the wave broke over the railing, and every man knew as the captain did too, 'twas the witch of November come stealing. The dawn came late and the breakfast had to wait when the gales of November came slashing. When afternoon came it was freezing rain in the face of a hurricane west wind.
Wow, what a great story.
When supper time came, the old cook came on deck saying, "Fellas, it's too rough to feed you." 7 p.m. a main hatchway caved in. He said, "Fellas, it's been good to know ya." The captain wired in, he had water coming in, and the good ship and crew was in peril. And later that night when his lights went out of sight, came the wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Does anyone know where the love of God goes when the waves turn the minutes to hours? The searchers all say they'd have made Whitefish Bay if they'd put 15 more miles behind her. They might have split up or they might have capsized. They may have broke deep and took water. All that remains is the faces and the names of the wives and the sons and the daughters.
Oh, man. A sad song.
Lake Huron rolls Superior sings in the rooms of her ice water mansion. Old Michigan steams like a young man's dreams. The islands and bays are for sportsmen. And farther below, Lake Ontario takes in what Lake Erie can send her. The iron boats go as the mariners all know, with the gales of November remembered.
So he's also giving us a geography lesson about the Great Lakes in this song. So, yeah, so this all takes place on the Great Lakes, which, yeah, you wouldn't normally think of a dangerous waters being in a lake, but when they say Great Lakes, they mean them. They mean it. These are some impressive bodies of water that get full-on waves and weather and.
The mariners all know with the gales of November remembered.
What a story.
In a musty old hall in Detroit, they prayed in the Maritime Sailors' Cathedral. The church bell chimed till it rang 29 times for each man on the Edmund Fitzgerald. The legend lives on from the Chippewa on down of the big lake they call Gitchagumi. Superior, they said, never gives up her dead when the gales of November come early.
Wow. Wow. What a great storyteller. That has a feel of a true story, doesn't it? I'm not actually sure. I feel bad for not knowing more about Gordon Lightfoot now. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, Gordon Lightfoot. You did your service. You created art that was beautiful. You told stories. You entertained us all. You made us think about things. You'll be missed. You'll be missed. And, yeah, thanks to you, there are a lot of Canadians today that are known because you paved a way for them. You showed other Canadians that we could be internationally known. Yeah. Rest in peace. And if you guys want to hear any actual breakdowns of his songs, or just want to sit and listen to more of his stuff, or see if we can find some more stories, celebrate his life maybe a little, I'd be up for that. I don't know if anyone's going to watch this video or not, but I don't know what kind of mass appeal this will have. It doesn't really matter. This video is more just sending that energy out, saying thank you for your life of service to Gordon Lightfoot. Having said that, I guess I'll be off, and go listen to some Gordon Lightfoot. Put that energy out into the world as his energy ceases to be of this world. Cheers. Bye, y'all.